Waste from copper manufacturing by Waste Value Private Limited.
Hello, good evening. I'm Makalanka Ratnayaka from Waste Value Private Limited. Normally, in our company, we don't like to use that word waste because waste is an unrecognized resource that available in a wrong place at a wrong time. If you recover some resource from the waste, then it's converted into a valuable asset. Normally, our company focusing large scale project, recovery resources from the waste, and the pilot scale project, and the fertilizer site from the waste. So many things. That story begin with that waste recovery. Indulanka Enterprises Private Limited is a Sri Lankan copper electro refining company. They are producing copper from the impure copper using electro refining. Then they produce high purity copper for the conductive materials. In that process, normally you can see the process of their production. Normally they use anode, cathode and the electrolyte solution. Then this electrolyte solution is copper sulfate. After a couple of months, they need to replace the copper sulfate solution. The time period depends on their production quality. But the problem is they recognize this electrolyte solution as waste. But our company, we analyze this waste electrolyte solution, so-called waste electrolyte solution. Then we end up with like this. You can see copper 43.5 gram per liter and the ferrous 7.53 gram per liter. Then normally this production company, they are manufacturing copper. Then their waste electrolyte solution consists with copper. If we can recover copper from this solution, then we increase their production value. You all know in chemistry, if we put reactive metal for that solution, we can replace that metal from that reactive metal. Normally, if we put iron bar to that solution, we can get small amount of copper. But if we put iron powder for that and agitate it, while mixing, then we can get copper out of it. And as a byproduct, we end up with ferrous sulfate. Now, we have this kind of solution, precipitation of copper and the ferrous sulfate solution. The next challenge is we need to separate these things. After separating, we can use the copper as their product. But for that separation, in the pilot scale, we can use normally filter papers. But in the large scale, we are going to use filter press. This filter press can separate copper and the ferrous sulfate solution. Then after separating, we can recycle this copper to their production. Then they can produce more copper. And we have ferrous sulfate. The million-dollar question is, what can we do from this ferrous sulfate? Is it a waste? No, it is not a waste. Normally, in the wastewater treatment processes, we are using coagulants. Normally, polyaluminium chloride, ferric chloride, like this. The ferrous sulfate, same, is coagulant. We can use this ferrous sulfate as a coagulant for the wastewater treatment. We did a couple of trials for them. You can see, in the leachate treatment process, you all know, normally, leachate consists with so many nutrients. You can see here the magnesium, ammonium and orthophosphate. This magnesium, ammonium and orthophosphate create big troubles in the leachate treatment plants. This magnesium, ammonium and phosphate can create this kind of structure that are called struvite. This struvite formation is lead to fouling inside the tanks and also block the piping lines. If we can reduce this struvite formation, we can treat this leachate without this trouble. What can we do for it? We can remove this magnesium, ammonium, phosphate using our new coagulant, ferrous sulfate. If we put ferrous sulfate to the leachate, then we can remove this struvite. Then we can treat it further. The next trial is we are doing the binder manufacturing wastewater. In here, this wastewater has high amount of pH value, like around 11, 12. If we need to reduce it, we need to put acid there. But our coagulant, you can see the electrolyte solution is in low pH. If we use this coagulant to this kind of wastewater, then pH also we can balance using this coagulant. As well as we can get pure water from that, this coagulation process. And this ferrous sulfate is we can use as a fertilizer. We have further research in that using the ferrous sulfate as a fertilizer after this one. But the thing is, now we can't say this is waste electrolyte. We need to remove that word waste. This is electrolyte solution. We get copper. It's a very valuable product. And also the ferrous sulfate coagulant. Then you can see in the circular economy, we are achieving social, environmental and economic sustainability from this waste recovery process. On the other hand, you can see the numbers, reduce waste management cost from the 2 million per year from their facility. Because if they are going to manage that waste electrolyte solution, they need to consume a lot of money for that. And also, revenue from the second grade copper, 6 million per year. And also we have another valuable product like called ferrous sulfate. Then 5 million per year we can earn using ferrous sulfate coagulant. And this company normally doing this kind of production because it's very sustainable because they're using impure copper for convert to pure copper. If we do the mining for get the copper, it's not good for the environment. As well as if we dump this copper to landfilling or something, it's not good for the environment as well. Then after smelting, they are creating pure copper. Then they have a problem to the waste electrolyte solution. Now we give the solution for that. We can recover copper and also we can get the ferrous sulfate coagulant. And if you have this kind of waste solution in your facility, I am suggesting you need to think about the waste. First, what are the recovery we can resource from there? Don't use that word waste. We don't like that. We need to get so many resources from that waste, any kind of waste. Try to think about that.